What could be better than a live stream Q&A sesh? A live stream Q&A sesh with a massive giveaway. Yay! Yes, it's finally giveaway night. I'm gonna pop the giveaway link in the chat, you guys. You all helped us so much to grow our followings here on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere, and we promised you guys a big giveaway. We got really organized. We spent a good month getting all of our retail and brand partners together to help us out, and you're gonna love this. There's so many good things. A lot of you have been pre-shopping and popped in and started entering to win the giveaway, so be sure to check it out. We have prizes for people who are international. We have US and Canada, and we have US only, so be sure to pay careful attention when you're entering the giveaway to make sure that you only enter the ones where we can have things mailed to you. That would be super helpful if you don't mind. Tonight's episode is sponsored by cruiseline.com, where you can find reviews, tips, and photos from real, everyday cruisers. Cruiseline.com generously donated a cool mystery swag pack to our giveaway, so be sure to enter to win that one. Let's go over all of the prizes in the giveaway, and then we're gonna turn it over. The entire rest of the time will be live stream Q&A. We're gonna go for about 35 to 45 minutes, depending on how many questions we have, but I'm gonna run through every single giveaway item and give a shout out to everyone who donated to this awesome giveaway. So our first two prizes that I would like to mention tonight are international giveaways, so anyone can enter. The first is a Mia Tui Mini Jen travel bag. Absolutely gorgeous. You guys have seen me use a Jen or a Jenny travel bag before. They're so beautiful. They're so high quality. So international entrance, be sure to check that one out. Our second international gift tonight is a Tessellate sand-free beach towel. So awesome. The first time I used one of them, I could not believe how thin it was, and I couldn't believe that when you pull it off the sand, there's just no sand there. It's the coolest thing ever. And the winner gets to pick their own print. And by the way, the Mia Tui Jenny bag, the Mini Jen, you get to pick your own color. So super cool, super cool. We're really excited about that. Okay, let's talk about the US and Canada prizes now. The first US and Canada prize is a men's level 3 skincare system from Tej Hanley. Tej Hanley is the skincare system that Mr. CruiseTipsTV has been using recently, and he absolutely loves it, and the level 3 is really fancy and really nice. So guys, be sure that you enter to win that one, or ladies, enter for your men. Awesome stuff. I don't see any reason why women couldn't use it as well, but it is for the dudes. The next two US and Canada prizes are from Travel On. We have a Parkview backpack and a Parkview crossbody. Again, you get to pick your color on those, and they are beautiful. Those are the products that I took with me to Europe, and I love them. They're fabulous. Okay, let's start getting into the United States shipping only prizes. We have a $50 Amazon gift card from CruiseTipsTV. We have one set of Begale ultralight packing cubes from Begale. We have three, not one, but three RAV Power file hubs, which are awesome. We have also from RAV Power, we have 5 travel adapters. Those cute little teeny tiny travel adapters. They're kind of like mini chargers that are super cool. So we have 5 of those, and again, 3 file hubs. So we're gonna take 5 winners for the file hub, for the adapter, and 3 winners for the file hub. And then we have one set of Shack Pack initial luggage tags. So they're luggage tags with letters on them. They're fabulous, and you get to pick your letter. Next, we have one set of e-bags packing cubes. You get to pick your own color. Then we have 2 $75 Visa gift cards from Wendy at Montebello Dream Vacations. When you enter, by the way, when you enter to win all of these prizes, we ask you to visit the websites of the people who donated. There's no follow requirement. So you don't have to go to Facebook and follow them, but we do want you to visit, but it's not a requirement. Just, you'll see that. You'll see how it works when you do it. It's really fair and really simple, because we know some of you guys don't have Facebook or Instagram, so we can't force you to do something that you don't have, right? Okay, so anyway, we have one Wander Wet swimsuit bag in a really beautiful print. You'll see it when you check that out. We have a towel tamer from Bandabo. You all know that those are super cool. They keep your towel on your cruise poolside chair. Those are fancy pants. And then we have the mystery swag pack from cruiseline.com. And last but certainly not least, this is only at the bottom because it was the last gift that I added, our very own Natasha, our moderator from our Cruise Tips TV Students and Coaches Facebook page and dear friend is donating a cinch sack from 31. She has some really cool prints, so we're gonna take good care of everybody. So what do you guys think? Pretty cool? I would love for you to tell me in the chat, of all of the items that I just mentioned, what was your favorite prize? What's the coolest prize? And I'm gonna start answering some questions here. All right, let's do some Q&A. Kristen Ostlund said, you said in a previous video you couldn't be paid enough to only carry on for an Alaska cruise, but got sidetracked and you didn't explain why. Could you elaborate? Okay, Kristen, that was probably a really old video. I would do it. I would try carry on only for an Alaska cruise. I have changed. I can tell you though, it wouldn't be my favorite thing to do because I don't want, Kristen, I don't want to leave my cool shoes and boots at home. I don't want to leave my knee-length Ugg boots at home. I want to take 2 jackets because they're cute, and I want to take a scarf and a hat. Yes, I'm being ridiculous and petty, but of all the cruise destinations, I don't want to pack light for Alaska. But Mr. CruiseTipsTV does. So if we go to Alaska, he will probably win this one, and I will just steal space in his suitcase.
That's not true. You always win.
I did not always win.
You always win.
I know which battle to pick, and the carry-on packing battle, you're passionate about it, so I don't pick that battle. I just go along with it. But I'm happy to because I have seen how liberating it is. I want to say something, though, about Alaska. Kristen, it would depend on whether we were driving or flying. Would you agree, mister?
Yes, I would.
Yes, I would. Yes, I would. He's like scared of me now. He's like, whatever you say, yes.
I agree with.
Good choice, babe. So yeah, if we were driving, I might be a little less inclined. I might be like, oh, babe, we don't really need to go carry on. And he'd be like, I'm the one schlepping the bags. What are you talking about? And that conversation would go something like that. And then I would let him win. So anyway, I hope that gives you enough clarification on that question. Let me see if you commented in the chat. But Jenny, the giveaway, thank you, Jenny, for asking that question. The giveaway ends June 5th, 2 weeks from now at noon. We wanted to keep it open for a while because imagine how terrible it would be if you went on a cruise and you came back and the giveaway was over. I mean, we're dealing with people who are going on cruises right about now, so we can't do that to anyone. I want to take a moment to thank Allie Sheneman for the super chat. Thank you so much, Allie. It's great to see you in the chat tonight. Appreciate it so much. Okay, who's next on the questions? Rebecca Weinstein says, how does the website know who I am when I enter? It doesn't ask for my name. Rebecca, it does actually ask you to log in with Facebook or enter your email. So it should be asking you to do one of those things and recognizing you in that way. Christina wants to know how to enter the giveaway. You missed it. I will just pop it in the chat for you. Christina, look in the comments, click on that link. We made a website page for it. All you gotta do is click and pick which things you wanna enter and you'll see how to do it. It's very easy. Nicholas Wynn on the Armenia in December. Any tips, Nicholas? Oh my goodness, are you going to Cuba? Don't be afraid to book, if you're going to Cuba, don't be afraid to book your Cuba excursions outside of the cruise line if you want to. Definitely make the most of your time in Cuba. I don't know a huge amount about Armenia, but if anybody wants to give Cuba tips for Nicholas or Armenia, MSC Armenia, I should say, tips, please do. All right. Shauna Lee says, Shauna Lee Best says, I love the course, but couldn't find the Find My Cruise Line in the resources. No problem, Shauna. We can get you the cruise line personality quiz. You can email me at sherry@cruisetipstv.com or Mr. CruiseTipsTV. Can you put the cruise line personality quiz in there for our wonderful student? Cool. Hey, Beep, thanks for the super chat. Beep, I'm going to answer your question now because it popped right up on my screen because you did a super chat. He said, how do I get to Pig Island in the Bahamas? I'm going there. It's my better half's must go, so I have to take her. I don't know. We have to help Beep, you guys. Who's been to Pig Island in the Bahamas and how do we get there? Let's find out. Okay. Mr. CruiseTipsTV, I'm going to answer Rebecca's question, but feel free to queue up some more for me when you're ready. Or if you don't, I'll just jump in the chat because I know you're probably trying to get that quiz for her, huh? Yeah. Okay. Rebecca says, I have a stop on our cruise in Aruba from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. What should we do all day? I have not been to Aruba, but you know who has been to Aruba and did something really fun is Griff and Alyssa from Griff and Alyssa's Paradise Crew. Watch their YouTube videos. They did such a fun activity that day that had a lot of variety in it, and I would recommend that you do that. Melissa Krim, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Oh, Valley Stevens, I love this question. Would you recommend doing the White Pass Scenic Railway in Skagway? Yes, Valley, we recommend it. We recommend it so much that we made a video all about it. And we spent the day doing it. Please go to the videos tab on our channel and type in White Pass, and you will see it in our vlogs. You will also see an interview with conductor Mike Sika, which is super fun to watch. You can learn a little bit more about him and what it's like to be a conductor on the White Pass Rail. One of our all-time favorite things we've ever done on a cruise. So cool. Red Baker says, when is the best time to book airfare when you booked your cruise? A long time ago. Red Baker, it depends on whether or not it is refundable or non-refundable. I would recommend consulting with your travel agent, and if you can, book a refundable fare so that you can change your mind. Highly recommend if you have the opportunity to book airfare with Royal Caribbean or with Princess. Sometimes their airfare can be excellent, and they're refundable up to a point. I wanted to just say hi to Matt from Royal Caribbean Blog, who's in the house. Matt, hi, and thank you so much for your suggestions on Aruba. Matt is saying Eagle or Palm Beach is a great stop in Aruba. Thank you so much. I know that's a question we get a lot, Matt, so I really appreciate it, and say hi to the family for me. Okay, Dib Shipka says, when is your next cruise announcement? When we figure everything out, we're going to let you know. We won't keep you waiting. I want to tell you guys that we have a ton going on with cruise planning right now, and I want to let you know about a couple things we are for sure doing. There's a few cruises that we might do beforehand, but we are for sure planning to go on the Regal Princess here on the West Coast. We are for sure planning to go on Carnival Panorama. Those things are happening. On the dream list, there's a few other cruises that should happen before that, but I can't announce them yet because I don't want to jinx it, okay? If I jinx it and it doesn't happen, then I'm going to be sad. So give me some time to work things through. I'm trying. Chris Whipple, thank you so much, Chris. You love the pod and the vids. Thanks for the entertainment. Thank you, Chris, and thank you so much for being a Facebook supporter. We really appreciate it. All right. Mark and Honey Travel, hotel suggestions, San Francisco Princess, 10-day Mexican Riviera, first time. Okay, Mark and Honey Travel, it depends on where you're coming from. I don't like to stay in the city because it's really expensive. But if we have any San Francisco locals in the house that can leave some hotel suggestions in the chat, please do. But I'm going to tell you what our hack is. I don't know where you live. We live south of San Francisco, so what we do is we drive all the way to Gilroy. We spend the night in Gilroy, which is just a little bit less than an hour and a half out of San Francisco, and then we drive the rest of the way. It's just our weird habit, and we do it on that exact same cruise. Now, if you're flying in, it's a different story, so let's see if we've got some San Franciscans in the house that can recommend. Yeah, Seth, no jinxing. I'm a believer. I have to keep this stuff quiet because if I spill the beans, I know that the chances are greater that I'm ruining it for myself. So bad. Okay, Shelly Savage said, my clients loved your video on the MSC Seaside. Oh, thank you, Shelly. Yeah, that was a fun cruise. Whoa, that was a whirlwind and so fun. We loved it. Okay, Steve Roth said, any thoughts on Celebrity Revolution or Edge? Maybe, or what's the one that's coming out next year, Steve? Apex? Celebrity Apex? Maybe that one. You never know. It could happen. Andrew Hill said, have you ever been on a cruise on New Year's Eve? For some reason, we haven't, Andrew, and I don't know why that is. We have not. I think the only real holiday cruises we've ever been on would be Halloween and Thanksgiving, but I've never done Christmas and I've never done New Year's Eve. Marcus Emmerling says, I'm going on the Panorama in December. What weather should I expect in December that time in LA and the Mexican Riviera? Okay, Marcus, that is such a good question. December is the coldest time of year in California. So you will definitely feel more of a chill in Los Angeles, Long Beach than you normally would here in California. It can get down to the 40s. During the day, it probably won't. You're probably looking at 50s. So for those days, the first 2 days going down to Mexico and the first few days going back, and I know Sharon at Sea is in the house and she can vouch for this because I think they've done this cruise. It's cold. And when I mean cold, I don't mean like East Coast winter cold. I mean California winter cold. So I mean a light jacket, jeans, a hoodie, There's a small chance of rain in December, but it tends to be a relatively dry month here. So just think chilly and then tropical and warm for your 3 days in Mexico. So you're packing swimsuits, you're packing flip-flops, you're packing shorts, and you're packing a couple pairs of jeans and things for the sea days that bookend those port days. Okay, let's see here. Roland Jong says, hey Sherry, going on Oasis in a few weeks to the Western Med. No plans for Palma and Marseille. Are there free shuttle buses to the city? Any advice on our... Okay, I don't know about Palma. I'm assuming you mean Palma de Mallorca. In Marseille, the bus was not free for us on MSC. There was a charge. You could try to take a cab, but most everybody does take those shuttle buses into Marseille. But if anybody's been to Palma de Mallorca and can help us answer that question about a shuttle, that'd be great. Julianne Thompson, Europe in 40 days, first-time cruiser sailing on Norwegian Star. You're an overpacker. Please help. What are your suggestions for packing lightly for 2 weeks in Europe? Okay, Julianne, we got this, girlfriend. Let's do it. First step is only, and promise me you will only take comfortable shoes to Europe. Even your nighttime shoes, your beautiful ones, try to keep them as comfortable as possible because you're going to be walking a ton. Julianne, another thing about Europe is you can do laundry on Norwegian, you just have to pay for it. I would suggest plan on doing laundry twice or paying for it. Norwegian has these laundry bags that you can stuff for a flat rate. And so if it was me, I would just say, okay, I'm gonna kind of pack light. For the time of year that you're going, it sounds like it's summer. You're not going to need a lot of bulk. Any bulk that you do pack, wear it on your body, on the plane. So if you do take a jacket or a sweatshirt or something like that, try to wear it on the plane and then just launder it when you get on the ship. The laundry will not be cheap, but you will be fine. You can do this. You can pack light. It is definitely all about the shoes. So if you take just one pair of shoes for dinners, try to make your formal night shoes the same shoes you wear to every other dinner. You could do a pretty good job of cutting out a big chunk of your suitcase. And then just really lay those outfits out, make sure everything matches. Do not take clothes that you hate because you will not reach for them in your closet, right? Marie Kondo, right? So those are some tips for you. Peter Martinez says, going on a 7-day cruise in September to Cabo, and I heard September's hurricane season. Do you have advice? Peter, roll the dice, go for it, and don't worry. Yes, it is hurricane season. Tropical storms can and do happen at that time of year in Mexico. They're not particularly common, but I've been down there in September. It's fine. It is hot, it is muggy, and you will have intermittent thunderstorms. But just don't worry, don't stress. I see a lot of our favorite creators in the house tonight. Shout out to everybody who's here. You guys know who you are. I see Lalita Loca. I see Sharon. I see Kevin and Frank. And I know Tommy's here somewhere. Who am I missing, guys? Thank you for being here. And thank you, Matt from Royal Caribbean Blog, for being here. You guys are awesome. Nurse Nancy's got her own channel now, guys. Make sure you check it out. All kinds of good creators in the house. Shay Site says, I'm leaving on my first Alaska cruise soon after an excursion. Where do they drop you off? Do they take you back to the ship or do they drop you off downtown? Depends on the excursion, Shay, but usually they're going to drop you off as close to the ship as they can, unless you see in the description of the excursion that they're going to leave you in town to shop. You probably will be dropped right back off at the ship. Okay, Amber Racina says, suggestions for things to do in Honduras. I've never been to Honduras, but don't a lot of people in Roatan go to Little French Key? Let us know. Let's help her out, everybody. Let's help Amber. Mr. Cruise Tips TV, I'd be ready for some more questions. After Amber, I can't see anymore. Oh, Isabel said, does MSC do anytime dining? Yes, Isabel, they do. MSC does do anytime dining, but they generally do it for the ARIA level. It's like a privilege on MSC to have anytime dining, so I know if you're ARIA, you get anytime. Nancy Raphaelian said, hello, Sherry. I'll be cruising in August on Splendor, Carnival Splendor to the Mexican Riviera. What do you recommend to pack? Nancy, go watch our packing videos from last April where we pack exactly for that same cruise, same kind of time of year. I guess we went in April, you're going in August, but you want to pack mostly resort wear, mostly summer wear, Nancy. You might want a pair of jeans and a sweatshirt or two for sea days, but it should be really warm in August. Alicia Wendelboe says, any recommendations for a fun nighttime activity in Victoria, BC? We arrive at 7:30 and leave at midnight. Okay, Alicia, We have a Victoria resident in the house. Night Audit maybe can shed some light on what you can do if he hasn't already. But I have heard of people doing pub crawls. I've heard of people taking a little tiny taxi tour around the Inner Harbor area. There's a lot that you can do. Claudia said, are the luggage tags on Amazon's Cruise Tips TV store good for a Norwegian cruise line? They should be, yes. They should be. Huh? Oh, wonderful. Claudia, thank you so much for the super chat. Did I miss Claudia's super chat? Oh, Claudia, I'm sorry I missed that. I got to it so late. My apologies. All right. Who's next? Mrs. Molly said, one of the things that's hard to juggle pre-cruise is getting your home bills paid. Do you have any tips for that? I don't want to be late paying my bills. Miss Molly, I remember this question. You messaged me the other day, and I love this question. Yeah, it's hard to get organized before you go on a cruise. You want to get all your bills paid. The way that I do it is I use online bill pay from Wells Fargo. I think it's absolutely wonderful. So I schedule all of my payments in advance, and I just kind of pay them early. So what I do, I actually have a technique for this. Before I go on a cruise, I go into my bill pay history, and I look at what I paid last month around the same time, and I make sure that I haven't missed any of those bills. And if I've missed them, I get online and find the amount, and I prepay all of them and schedule them. That's how I do it, Mrs. Molly. Ed Mark Dalmacio, thank you very much for the super chat. Ed Mark says, I don't comment often, but I want to express my gratitude. Your videos are so fun and informative. They have helped me and my family fall in love with cruises, and I can't thank you enough. Ed Mark, that's making me a little bit emotional. I don't know what it is. Sometimes, and that one just got me. Thank you so much. That was very sweet. I really appreciate it. Daisy says, we need suggestions for something different and fun out of New York City. Ooh, who's our NYC guys and gals in the house? Well, Daisy, I have an idea for you. How about MSC Meraviglia, when it repositions here and does a few cruises out of New York to Canada and New England? I think you should check those itineraries out, and you should consider booking. Look at the yacht club. Maybe it's too expensive for you, but maybe it's not. Maybe Aria level isn't. Check it out. Lindsay Wise says, on Splendor in June, when is the best time or day to book a massage at the lowest price? Lindsay, port days. Watch for the specials. They're going to slip under your door or on your bed, and just wait for them. You will be able to go to the spa. It will happen. Hey, Scott, thank you so much for the super chat. We love our live chats too. We love having you here. So thank you. SOX fan 4221. Anyone been to Ocho Rios? Just booked the new Carnival Sunrise for January. Any tips on excursions? Yes, we had a blast last time we were in Ocho Rios. And I want to say, Sharon at Sea, don't you have a cool excursion provider for Ocho Rios? If you do, would you please cut and paste their website in the chat? If you're not listening, I'm so sorry. But if you are listening, please put it in there because those excursions look fun. I would like to tell you what we did in Ocho Rios, and we have a video about it. So all you have to do is go to our videos tab and type in Jamaica, and it'll come right up. We booked an excursion with Pete Taylor Tours. Pete is spelled P-E-A-T, and we did the Blue Hole and some river rafting, very gentle rapids, nothing crazy. And the Blue Hole was a very high adventure. So check out what we did there. And other folks who want to weigh in on Jamaica, do it in the chat. Mon, we are ready for you. Okay, that was a really bad Jamaican accent. God, that was horrific. Why did I do that? Oh, did I hurt your ears? It started off good because I said Mon, and I just should have left it at Mon and not got. Whew. Mama's got to have some more LaCroix. This is getting out of control. Okie dokie chokies. Steve, you're too generous. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, you're such a sweetheart. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Okay. Thank you, Sharon, for looking it up. I'm so sorry to put you on the spot, but I know that people can benefit from it, and I really appreciate it. The video you did on it was so good, and I'd love to share it. Okay. I'm trying to get to the questions, but I need to stop yapping and answer them fast. Stevie Moon, favorite months to cruise to the Caribbean and why? Stevie, I kind of like the winter months. I think they're real nice. November through March-ish is probably my favorite choice, but I really think you can't go wrong year round. I would totally consider it during hurricane season as well, because the prices are great. I'm sorry, it's true. I would take the risk. Okay. John Bolton said, don't worry about it, you're not Jamaican. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. Yi Chang said, anyone had any luck seeing Northern Lights in late August in Alaska? No. Yi Chang, I haven't heard of anyone getting them that early or that late. So a lot of times, I've heard of people getting them in early May or in September, very, very late and very early, if I'm not mistaken. Bailey, you double super chatted us. Thank you so much. I don't know if you meant to do that, but it came in twice. Thank you. Chris Fox said, Cruise Tips TV, how was the yacht club? Chris, I have one word for you, and that is, it's so good. I mean, just, It's great. It's fabulous. I'm addicted. How will I ever not sail in the yacht club? And it is affordable in terms of other, if you compare it to other concepts like that, it's definitely reasonable. It's not cheap, but it's absolute heaven on earth. Would you agree? Yacht club? Yeah? So good. Mr. CruiseTipsTV is deeply trying to do research, and I need to stop talking.
So many questions. I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss any.
Okay. Mandy said, going on Ovation of the Seas next May for a 12-day cruise, 4 of them being ported and tendered in Hawaii. What are the best shore excursions? Okay, guys, there is some shore excursion company that everyone recommends, and I'm going to find it for you. I know that I can find it. robertshawaii.com. Go check that out. They have good shore excursions for Hawaii. I don't know the specifics, but so many cruisers use them. Okay. Sue Pola, Alaska on Radiance of the Seas, end of June. What to wear on the whale watching boat excursion? Excellent question. Definitely take your rain layer that day. It can be quite cool on the open sea, but most of the whale watching boats are actually enclosed. So wear layers. You may have to take off your jacket and sit inside and you might get hot. But I would take a rain layer. I would take maybe a beanie and layers. Okay. Can you move Floreso's comment up and delete the other two so I can see him? Thank you so much. Let's see. Sorry for the ums and ahs. I lost the chat. Let's get that back. Okay. All right. Uh-oh, I lost that last question. The one on the bottom. I forgot their name. I'll answer Shelly's while you're looking for that. Shelly NY, thinking about a land cruise around Egypt, cruising down to the valley. Oh yeah, Floreso's the one I need. That one on the bottom. Sorry, I'm gonna have to go back to that question that I was just reading. It just disappeared. Sorry guys, this is how we stay. This is how we try to grind through. Floreso 88, which resort do you recommend cruising Splendor Mexican Riviera? In Puerto Vallarta, Now Amber and Hyatt Ziva are both great resort for a day. Book them on your own. Email the concierge at the hotel and ask them for a day pass. They will explain the process to you. Okay. Shelly NY, thinking about a land cruise around Egypt, cruising down the Valley of Kings on Princess. Blue Shadow is the ship. What do you think? Is it safe? It's a princess cruise. I would hope that it was safe. I would say be very, very mindful of who you book excursions with. Maybe stay with the ship, Shelly, and I would go for it. Hi, Cake DePano. Hello, love your videos. Would you recommend the Blue Hole in Jamaica for a 6-year-old? 6-year-old, if they're very brave, yes. If they are not a good swimmer, no. They're plunging off of cliffs into pretty churny water. And of course, there can be an adult to catch them at the other end, but I really think you want a really brave 6-year-old. Would we have taken Junior when he was 6 to the Blue Hole, babe? When he was 6? I don't know. I think that's borderline. Junior was 9. He was old enough, but there were times when he would plunge off that cliff, and I was holding my breath for a few minutes waiting for him to surface, and it's intense, so be careful. Short bus ECV49, how's the weather? Mexican Riviera, late September. It's muggy and it can rain. It can be thunderstorms, but it's lovely and it wouldn't stop me. You will have more storms though. China Ware said 2-week cruise to Hawaii, what to do? I'm not sure, China, what your question is. Elaborate for me and I'll try to get to it. If I don't get to it, just message me on Facebook and we can talk. Oh, things to do? Okay, I would give the same advice then for the things to do. I would definitely go to robertshawaii.com and check those out. I've heard they're great. Okay, JLRKRB going on Adventure of the Seas in October. You don't see laundry facilities. What do laundry service prices run on Royal Caribbean, guys? Who knows? I haven't had laundry done on Royal Caribbean, so I'm not sure, but if anyone in the house can answer that question, we'd be eternally grateful. Jason Presley said, we're going to Alaska in August. My wife wants to know what your favorite excursion is. Jason Presley, we absolutely love the White Pass Rail in Skagway. Get up that White Pass however you need to do it. It's beautiful, so fun. In Skagway, some other fun things that we've done. We really love just going to Mendenhall Glacier for the day in Juneau and hiking to Nugget Falls. I could talk about Alaska all day. We did the Alaska Rainforest Sanctuary and saw bears. That was fun. Watch some of our vlog playlists to get ideas, and I'm sure that some folks will leave some ideas here in the chat as well. Jennifer Dyer said, how do you know where to eat dinner on Princess Cruises? I've only done Disney, and that's rotational dining. Jennifer, it's even more simple on Princess. It's main dining room. You either have set time, early or late, or you have any time. It's just the traditional dining, so you're going to show up at the same time every night. Or if it's any time, you're going to show up during a window of time. Very, very easy. Shailene O'Rourke said, do you recommend buying a restaurant package? Is it worth it? It depends on your budget. If you have the money and you're a foodie and you want to try something new, I do recommend it. It depends on the cruise line. Restaurant packages with Royal Caribbean can be an excellent deal if you plan on eating out a few nights on your cruise. So I think consider it. If it's a really short cruise, maybe not, because you're going to be so busy you may not have time. Donna Kelly said, I bought packing cubes because of your experience. Now I feel I need to practice with them. I don't know how to start. Okay, Donna, let's try this then. If you don't know where to start, go ahead and pack a few outfits together in a packing cube. So take one cube and put 2 or 3 outfits in it, and in another cube, put a few other outfits. Once you get to be more pro with this, separate it out by item and do something like, you know, start with putting all your socks and undies in one, shirts in another, pants in another. Okay, Mr. Cruise Tips TV, you can move Just Drea's comment up to the top for me. I can barely see it. Just Drea says, any suggestions for St. Martin and St. Thomas? Will be traveling in June. St. Thomas, there's so much to do. I would recommend trying to get out and around the island and do some kind of an island tour, get to a beach. If I were going to St. Thomas, I would take the ferry to St. John for the day. St. Martin, I think, again, another good way to get around the island. You can consider going over to the French side if you wanted to, or go to one of the many beautiful beaches that I'm sure our subscribers can mention right now. So tell us the best beaches, guys, in St. Martin and St. Thomas, and let's help Just Drea out. Purple Ryoko says, anyone cruised in early October? How's the weather? Depends on where you're going, Purple Ryoko. Vanessa Ingram said, any hotel suggestions when sailing from Port Canaveral? Yes, I recommend that you go check out Go Port Canaveral. It's a website, Vanessa, that bundles hotels with shuttles to the Port Canaveral cruise pier, or Orlando, if you will. Okay. Oh my goodness, we missed a cruise super chat from Stephanie Abbott. Stephanie said, love you guys. The community you've built here and on Facebook are incredible. I've met lifelong friends. Thank you for being a great friend, Sherry. Also, Liberty of the Seas, waiting to book until you do. Stephanie, Liberty of the Seas is kind of on hold right now. Thank you very much for, I bumped my microphone. Thank you for the heartfelt, beautiful chat, and we love you too. Stephanie and I have a special relationship. But yeah, I say book it. We still want to get on a cruise out of Galveston for sure, but right now it's kind of pushed aside. But Stephanie, I'll let you know if it comes back into favor, I promise. It's been a hard year to narrow it down. There's too many darned cruises we want to go on. Minnie Joe said, leaving on the Ruby to Alaska in 10 days. We want to see Mendenhall on our own. Online, it's $45 round trip for the shuttles. Do you think the booths in port will be cheaper, or even taxis? Yeah. Minnie Joe, they're going to compete for your business in Juneau. When you get off, you can just go find a bus, and they'll negotiate with you. And they're all like fighting with each other. There's like the red bus, the blue bus, the white bus, and they all are like, you know, just really aggressive. So I would go for it. I'd wait. I've never heard anybody say that they couldn't get a bus to Mendenhall the day of, so don't pre-book it. Okay, oh wow. Julianne Thompson said NCL Star has no sea days. So Joan, you will be in port every day wanting to see each city. You only booked 4 of 11 port excursions. What would you advise not to miss in Venice, Croatia, and Greece? all 3 places, Joan, that I have not been. So we need to find out from our friends here, what would you do in Venice, Croatia, and Greece, guys? Let's help our friend Joan out. Okay, let's see. Hi, Sam. Sam says, I'm Sam, you're my hero. I've never seen my boyfriend paying attention to information about cruises from anyone before. He goes on cruises every month with Royal Caribbean. I showed him one of your videos and now he's hooked. Sam, that is adorable. Thank you so much. I appreciate the comment. Melissa said, where are the launderettes located on Carnival? Melissa, it depends on the ship. On some ships, they're on every deck. On some, they're on every other deck. They will be on the deck plan. Okay, Emily Faith says, how do I catch a taxi in Grand Cayman? And what's a good price for a taxi? Oh, Emily, don't do what we did. The taxi thing is super weird in Grand Cayman. When you walk out of the cruise area, there's like all these signs that say taxi, taxi, and you're like, no, 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 no. I'm just gonna walk out to the street and try to get one for cheaper. No, 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 don't do that. Just take one of the buses. When you get on the bus, there's gonna be a sales pitch. It's more like a bus taxi taking you to all the beaches, and they are gonna try to tell you where you should go. Know where you wanna go in advance. Research the Grand Cayman beach you wanna go to so you don't get suckered into going to one that they sell to you. Can you tell I've had personal experience? Not being negative, just wanting you to be informed. Okay, Tim F says Southern Caribbean ideas. Yes, Tim, Southern Caribbean ideas would be go. I've heard it's wonderful, some of the best excursions down there. Again, Griff and Alyssa have some awesome Southern Caribbean shore excursion ideas on their channel. Check it out. Crazy Cat Traveler said, do they care if you wear jeans in the specialty restaurants on Royal Caribbean? I don't think so, Crazy Cat Traveler. I think it's A-okay. CC Taylor said, thoughts about the safety of Alaska excursions after the recent plane crashes. I know, CC Taylor. I gotta tell you, I wouldn't be excited to do the helicopters or the float planes right now. There's been a few. Statistically speaking, the odds are very slim that you're going to encounter the same thing. And generally speaking, after something like that happens, it's very safe. But I gotta tell you, I don't think I'd wanna do a float plane right now. I'm just not feeling it. I've done the helicopter tour. I almost did a float plane excursion, but they were sold out. But yeah, I mean, I'm a little leery. I know that they're held to very high standards and things happen, weather happens. The pilot's health can happen. We don't know. I don't know if we ever really found out what happened, so it's hard to say. Mandy said, what are your thoughts on Spectrum of the Seas? Would you go on it? Mandy, in a heartbeat, I would love to go on that ship. Julia says, on Alaska cruise on NCL, will jeans and a sweater be okay in the MDR? Yes, yes, 1,000 times yes. Absolutely do not need dress pants. On formal night, maybe don't wear jeans, but Alaska is so casual on every cruise line. Vanessa said, any suggestions for specialty dining on Harmony of the Seas? It's hubby's birthday cruise. Ooh, yeah. Let's see which restaurants are available. Anybody want to weigh in on that? I know there's a lot of options. I can tell you that if I were to go, I would probably want to try Azumi Hibachi. That would be one of my choices. I'm looking to see what other options there are because you know there's a ton. I think 150 Central Park could be very special for that occasion as well. And of course, I'm sure that there is a Chops Grill as well. There are a ton of options. Chops is also very nice. So yeah, lots of options for you. Sherry Mabin said, your family is so welcoming and helpful. Thank you for your advice and sharing your joy. Thank you, Sherry, for the kind words. We appreciate it. We try. That is what drives us. Our buddy Joe gave us a super chat with no words. Thank you, Silent Joe, for the beautiful super chat. You're a sweetheart. And Joe's gonna like next Wednesday's podcast, huh, honey? Not today's, but next Wednesday's. Just be sure you listen. Okay, Victor Rubio, on Carnival Splendor, how bad is the smoke in the casino and can people smoke in the clubs? Yeah, I think they can smoke in the club. Actually, no, I don't think they can smoke in the clubs. And the casino smoke, it's bad in that casino area at night, not necessarily all the time. Dib Shipka says, thoughts on Carnival Paradise? Paradise is an older ship, but I like the fantasy class Carnival ships. I think they're a ton of fun. So, all right, cool. Let's see what's going on here. Mr. CruiseTipsTV. Sue Pola said, when's the best time of year to visit Mexican Riviera? Oh, I love December and January for the Mexican Riviera. I feel the water gets a little cold around February, so February is not my favorite time of year to go, but it's any time of year is good, but I like to swim in Cabo. So for me, I don't want to get too deep into those winter months. But yeah, I just really like November, December, January. They're pretty good. Okay. Mark and Honey Travel must-dos on Grand Princess, Cabo, Mazatlan, and Vallarta in October 29. Watch our vlogs for some inspiration, but some must-dos. In the ports, I would suggest, depending on how active you are, ziplining is a blast in Puerto Vallarta. If you can go ziplining with Los Veranos Canopy Tour, ton of fun. Cabo, there's a lot of things you can do. There's just so many options. Lots of choices there for you. Miss Sully, USA, does a single parent need a consent letter from another parent since you're leaving the country? Yes, you do. And make sure that you call the cruise line and find out how to handle that. Every cruise line handles it differently. They'll tell you exactly what you need to do. Any travel agents in the house that want to comment on single parent traveling with child, please feel free to share tips. Jazz says, does anyone have suggestions for excursions in Montego Bay? Your questions always get skipped. You can't find anything online that's worth going on. All right, let's help Jazz with Montego Bay, guys. I have not been to Montego Bay, so I don't have a whole lot of information for you, but I'm sure that we can get some Montego Bay suggestions. Thank you for the comment on my top, Abby. This is the latest in my stitch fixes. I just got a new fix yesterday, and this is a Michael Kors. Interesting. I've never had a Michael Kors item sent before, so I'm really loving it. Stephen K said, hi Sherry, I know I've been quiet tonight. I have an idea for a YouTube video. History of cruising from the 1970s to now. The cruising took off in the mid-70s during the Love Boat. That's a really fun idea, Stephen. Stephen, I think you're going to enjoy our podcast. Because what's going on with our podcast right now is that we're profiling each cruise line and we're kind of talking about the history of each line, but I'll definitely keep that in mind. Maybe Mr. Cruise Tips TV, help me to remember that. I'd like to help. Patrick Thompson said, will you ever take a Hawaii cruise? You're going for Thanksgiving 2020. Yeah, Patrick, I'd love to. I think if I do take a a Hawaii cruise, we're probably going to have to fly to the islands to do it because I can't take that much vacation time to do the ones with 5 sea days over and 5 sea days back. A 15-day cruise to Hawaii with 10 sea days isn't really my jam anyway, but Hawaii, yes. I just don't think I could handle 10 sea days. It would be too much for me. All right. 10 Black Butterfly wants to know if anybody's purchased the Norwegian Escape Thermal Pass. Wondering about price, it looks like. If anybody can help out with that, please let 10 Black Butterfly know. That is not something I'm super familiar with. I'm going to answer, okay, Tim F. said, have you been on volcanic mud excursions in the Southern Caribbean? I haven't, Tim. Anybody been on one of those? That sounds really cool. Sounds kind of dirty, but kind of fun. Susan Warsencroft says, cruising with kids 15, 13, 11, and 3, plus lots of extended family on Ovation of the Seas in 30 days. What's the best way to stay in touch with everyone on the ship? I think, Susan, that Royal Caribbean does have an app now that you can stay in touch with. So I think you should check that out. Royal Caribbean fans, does Ovation of the Seas have the app where people can communicate with one another? Tabitha, of course I'm wearing jammy pants. Do you want to see them? I can't really lift my leg up that one. I'm wearing gingerbread jammy pants. Of course I am. Alan DeCola said, I heard you're going to be on Traveling with Bruce. When will that be? Yeah, he's interviewing me May 30th maybe. I know we had to come up with a new time because of my work schedule, but he'll let you know. It's going to be fun. I'm waiting for the interview questions. I know he's probably going to get really creative, but yeah. He's going to interview me. That should be really cool. Okay. All right. Linda said in Montego Bay they did river rafting. So Jazz, there you go, river rafting. And they had tubing on the same river. I think if I were going to Mo Bay, I would do that. Okay. Gail Abbott said, can you please explain about the Princess Medallion? How do you use it and what do you do with it after the cruise? Gail, you keep it. There's a lot of different things that you can do with Princess Medallion. I'll try to explain a few things here. I'm going to pull up my little cheat sheet about the medallion and tell you all about it because there is so much that you can do with your medallion. So the first thing that it does is it creates awesome Wi-Fi on the ship. And my understanding is that the Wi-Fi is cheaper. So you just buy a package for each person. And it's like, I know I was looking at the cruise that I want to go on Royal Princess. I think I might have mistakenly said that we were going on Regal earlier, but I think we're going on Royal. $49 for the whole week for internet with medallion. So Ocean Ready, the component of it that's called Ocean Ready is the part that helps you get onto the ship fast. So you you kind of get right on with your medallion and you sort of bypass some of that registration information. You can also have drinks delivered to anywhere that you are on the ship through the Ocean Now component of the medallion. The Ocean Compass is a way to find your friends and family all around the ship. It's kind of like Big Brother. It's also an interactive navigator, so you can ping your friends, find your friends, and navigate around with Ocean Compass. There's also a gaming thing on it called Play Ocean that has family-friendly games. And then you have all kinds of information that the Princess app normally has. So you have like almost like a newsletter in there where you can look at all of the daily activities, you can browse restaurant menus and look at the ship's itinerary. You can watch travel shows on Ocean View. You can play in the casino. They have a little casino. So that's a little overview of the medallion. Millie Sanchez says, do you purchase travel insurance through the cruise line or independent? If so, who? What I do, Millie, is I let my travel agent decide for me which one is best. Because we are platinum on Princess, sometimes my travel agent likes to put us on the Princess plan if it makes more sense and the coverage is good. But a lot of times when we're flying, we'll have our travel agent put us on something that's outside the cruise line. John, thank you so much for the super chat. John says, Sherry and the boys, thanks for all the tips. What a great community. Couldn't agree more, John. Crystal Hawkins says, I'm 2 months new to subscribing to your channel. We're taking our first cruise in July. How many carry-ons and check-in luggage is each person allowed? Crystal, I have good news for you. Cruising isn't like flying. You can pretty much take all you want. Now, you're not going to see people pulling up Kardashian style to the curb with like 27 suitcases. Oh, maybe you will. I don't know. But if you wanted to take 3 suitcases, you can take all you want, my friend. There's just no limitations. With that said, I would recommend packing a little bit more light than that. But yeah, you can take all you want. It's your flight you have to be worried about. Floreso said, do you have to purchase Wi-Fi to use the Carnival Hub app? No, you don't. You can download the Carnival Hub app and use it for free, but you do have to purchase a little upgrade for the chat, but I think it's only $5 a person. Busy Mama Piranha said, how's the Kids Club on Princess? Well, I can tell you it's my son's favorite. He loved it. We couldn't get him out of it. On Diamond Princess in Asia, he made friends, and we were all alone, like confused. Where is our child? He loved it. Alexis Aboard said, did you announce your next cruise? I missed it. Yeah, we haven't. I did tell everybody our next cruise is probably going to be something between July and October, or maybe 2 of them between July and October. In the winter months, Alexis, we are planning on going on Royal Princess to the Mexican Riviera and Carnival Panorama to the Mexican Riviera, because there's a lot of people who want us to do that. Sue Pola, thank you for the super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I'm glad that jammy pants are your jam too, and you are welcome for all of the content. Michael CCTV said, Michael said, CCTV, which cruise line loyalty program do you think is a standout? Does it pay to have loyalty to one line? Well, I personally think it's a good idea to try different cruise lines, find the one you love, and then start building up loyalty. I think Carnival's is okay. I haven't quite reached that level on Carnival where I'm in love with it yet, but I hope that when we get to Platinum, which our next cruise will be, that we'll love it a little more. I'm very happy with Princess's program. We are Platinum on Princess, and I absolutely love the Platinum Lounge, where you can go get reduced price drinks and free snacks. Not that you need free food on a cruise, but there's something really great about those Platinum Lounges. So that's kind of my 2 cents. Carol Vosberg said, how do you download the app for the Princess Medallion? How close to cruise time can you download? Carol, I'm not sure, but they're gonna send you all that information in the mail with your medallion. I think you can probably download it as early as you want. So yeah, thank you. I read Sue Pola's super chat too. Do you have any more questions coming in, Mr. CruiseTipsTV? Huh, not yet? Okay, I'm gonna pop in and see what we've got. Oh my goodness, you guys, so many questions tonight. I'm gonna take Jennifer Lawson's question down at the bottom, Mr. CruiseTipsTV. It said, I prefer to pack half the amount of clothes and wash midway. Next cruise is NCL without laundrettes, but should you pack more or pay for laundry? Jennifer, I like your little of both approach, because it might be really prohibitively expensive. So I would do a combo. Like if you're doing a 14-night cruise, maybe pack for like 9 or 10 nights and then do laundry. Isabel, Wi-Fi on Seaside was good, but it was really depending on where you were. We had kind of not so great Wi-Fi when we were in Miami, which was because everybody was on Wi-Fi, but then in other areas it was great. Streaming, No, I wouldn't stream on MSC because your plan is like has a gig limit and you're just gonna burn through it. So I probably wouldn't. Chloe Nicole said, Sherry, do you like the shops where you have to keep your key? Do you like the ships where you have to keep your key card in the slot to keep your lights on? I don't mind it. That's not my favorite thing, but I don't mind it. I've been on a few of those and it does not bother me. Linda, I agree. I wish Carnival Corp would make loyalty across all of their brands too. I really do. Shuntopple says, is San Juan a good place for excursions? I think it's a good place for walking, actually. Go up to the fort, take a taxi downtown, get some food. Let's give some tips to Shuntopple about San Juan, folks. Where do we want to go? Okay, let's see here. Tim F. said, have you been on Freedom of the Seas? Ideas and tips? No, I haven't been on Freedom, but I've been on Liberty. Which I want to say, I wonder if there's similar classes of ships. I think it's still a very large ship and you're going to have a ton of fun. Don't expect to be able to do everything in the whole cruise and really maximize your first day. When I'm listening to Matt at Royal Caribbean blog, he's always talking about how maximizing that first day on your cruise on Royal Caribbean is a really good idea. All right, Nancy Allen RN says, hi. Marcus Emmerling said, what are you looking forward to on the Carnival Panorama? I'm looking forward to everything, Marcus. I'm looking forward to it being new. What are we, chopped liver out here on the West Coast? We get all these old ships and we're finally getting something shiny. Come on, I'm stoked. Everything. I think we're gonna stay in a spa cabin. I'm excited about that.
What's wrong with old?
Old?
Old is good.
Old is good. Actually, they're kind of charming. I like the old Carnival ships. Splendor and Miracle are awesome, but really excited. Donna Kelly, favorite Mexican Riviera excursions. This is a popular topic tonight. Los Verranos zip line, Cabo sailing in Cabo. Those are some of my favorites. Chris is diligently in there reposting our giveaway link over and over. Chris, you're so good to us. Thank you. Milana Lane, you got skipped. I'm sorry. You're going on Carnival to Key West, Cozumel, out of Miami in November. Is the weather cold at that time of year? What beach is best in Key West? What should you do in Cozumel? No, Milana, it's not ever going to be cold in the Caribbean. It's, Bahamas may not be super duper warm, Milana, at that time of year, but in Key West, I've never been to Key West, so I don't know what beach is best. I don't know if it's a very beachy thing to do. Cozumel, there's a ton of things to do. Personally, we like the beach clubs like Nachi Cacombe and Mr. Sancho's, ton of fun. Sorry we skipped you, Milana. Hope you're okay now. Millie said, what do you mean maximize your first day? I mean, Millie, people, when they go on Royal Caribbean ships, don't tend to necessarily saturate the activities that get popular throughout the rest of the week. So if you try to hit some things that you know we're going to get busy later in the week on your first day, you're winning. That's what I mean, Millie, right? I think I'm going a little delirious, guys. I haven't had dinner and I'm getting a little loopy. Have you noticed that? Woo! We're having some fun up in here. Okay. Beep 848, they are bringing back the Pacific Princess, aren't they? Aren't they? I'm looking at Princess's website right now, and I mean, isn't Pacific Princess the one that yeah, it's back, and it's going to Tahiti, and guess what, folks? You're gonna find us on that cruise. We're gonna go to Tahiti. It's going to happen. So get on it, guys. Don't hesitate to book Tahiti. Small ship experience. All right, how we doing? You got more for me? We went past our 45 minutes, but I don't want to let anybody down today. Do you want me to just start grabbing them out of there for you? Okay. Steph Y, has anyone done the Chilkat tours and the Yukon bus and train? Also wanted to do the best of Juneau, but it's enough. Is it enough time at Mendenhall Glacier or good for first timers? Okay, yeah. Best of Juneau is good, Steph. It's a little bit of a lot to do because if you really want to hike to Nugget Falls and if you do a combo tour, it can be a rush. So you have to make that decision, you have to decide whether or not you want to do it all. My recommendation to you would maybe to do 2 things in Juneau on your first day instead of the Best of Alaska has 3. Maybe just do the Salmon Bake and Mendenhall, or just do the Whale Watch in Mendenhall. Maybe not Salmon Bake, Whale Watch, and Mendenhall. Probably be good. Teresa King said, what are the extras in the Carnival Spa cabin? Teresa, lots of extras. You have included in the price of the cruise, you have access to the thermal suite all week. You get discounts on spa treatments, progressive discounts going up depending on the number that you book. You get some spa amenities in your room like bathrobes, slippers, and upgraded amenities. And I know that there's more. I just can't remember right now. No, Teresa, I haven't been on Ruby Princess. Not yet. Alice said the Wi-Fi on Carnival is not worth it. Very spotty. You never got it as I've always used your cell phone. Alice, it's the weirdest thing. I've had really good luck with the Wi-Fi on Carnival. I don't know why it's so spotty, but I've had good luck with it. Benjamin Wilson, hey Sherry, is there a slightly more elevated beach club than Nachi? Nachi's pretty much, as far as I know, it's the most upscale. It is definitely more elevated than Nachi Cacombe. I mean, excuse me, than Mr. Sancho's. Nachi is more upscale than Mr. Sancho's. Does anybody know of anything more fancy? Thank you, Nurse Nancy. I really appreciate it. We are moving fast tonight. Thank you very much, Tim. Appreciate it. All right, we're gonna go ahead and try to grab a couple more questions. I'm gonna just read them out of the chat after we do this one. 2 for Disney Adventures said, inside cabin to Alaska on Princess or balcony to Mexican Riviera on Carnival in August. Are you making me pick? Inside cabin to Alaska on Princess or balcony to Mexican Riviera Carnival in August? Ugh. Depends on whether or not you have kids. And if this is like you have to do it in August, I'm gonna say go with the Mexican Riviera and do the balcony. And do Princess in a balcony in May next year. Leah Piercy said, I've been thinking of becoming a travel agent. What are the qualities everyone would look for in a travel agent? I love that you asked that question, Leah. A deep knowledge of each cruise line would be important if you're becoming a cruise travel agent. Response time is critical. Knowledge of other products like airfare and travel insurance options would be good. Patience, tons and tons of patience, because people take a long time. Once they contact a travel agent, they don't often book immediately. They take a lot of time. What else would you guys say? Okay. Corrine Pregent, who's Corey that we were reading on the podcast. Corey, we have to apologize for something in advance. No? You fixed it? Never mind. You're going to? We're not going to tell you, Corey. I'll tell you later. I missed Corey's question, though. Put it back. Okay, Corey says, Alaska helicopter / dog sled ride, what to wear? Oh, Corey, jeans and a rain layer. And I would definitely plan on taking gloves and a hat and a fleece to layer with. So rain layer, fleece, gloves, hat. I believe that you mentioned to me, I feel like we talked about this, that they give you special boots. No, Karen, you do not need immunization records for a Mediterranean cruise. Not that I'm aware of. Oh, Chloe Nicole, I need to be a travel agent. I probably should have gone that direction much earlier in life, but it's too late for me to change career paths. Noelle wants to know if there's anything fun to do on Halloween for Liberty of the Seas. I bet you they're going to make it a blast. I'm sure they'll have a Halloween costume contest and things like that. That's awesome, Carol, that you're going on Royal Princess. We'll vlog it for you when we go. Okay. All right, guys, we're going to have to wrap up soon here. As usual, I have to feed my child. I first want to say I'm quite sure that we missed some questions tonight. Don't get mad at me. Don't thumbs down this video. Just DM me on Facebook and I will help you personally. Right? Like, isn't that nice? I will do that. Please don't get mad. I just can't answer them all in an hour. I promise. I promise that I will help you. I'm going to grab a couple more out of here at the end. Killjoy's display, have it been to Belize? You're told it's better to stay on the boat. I do not believe that. It's better to stay on the boat if you're just going to walk around right off the ship. But if you're going to go do an excursion, get out on the reef. Go snorkeling. Go to Goff's Cay. Kyla, what are the best hidden secrets on Carnival Splendor for sea days? Hidden secrets on Carnival Splendor? The Serenity deck is pretty mellow on Splendor. Not a lot of people use it, so if you want peace and quiet, that'd be good. Definitely go to the spa. That spa is wackadocious. It is wacky. Enjoy it. It's really fun, the thermal suite. Maybe get a day pass. Okay. All right, you guys, we're going to wrap up and go have some dinner. Like I said, DM me your questions. I will never abandon you. I promise. We're always here for you. Special thanks to all the awesome folks who helped to answer questions in the chat tonight. Alice, excursions for the less adventurous would be island tours, bus tours, things like that. Walking tours, there's lots of options for you. Anyway, I had to just get that one last question in. All right, you guys, we've told you about the giveaway. It closes January 5th. Make sure you enter. You can enter to win as many prizes as you want. Just please pay very close attention to where you live and whether we ship to your area. Thank you for being here. We'll keep you posted on our live stream schedule. And oh, by the way, get on our email list, please, because it's a much more reliable way for me to stay in touch with you than any of the other social media platforms. It is in the description of this video at the top. Very simple to jump on our email list. Thanks for being here. Thanks for all of your help. You guys are amazing. Until next time, see you on the high seas.
Cruiser of the week.
Hey, click me to subscribe.